Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Wordsworth Drive in Somerset, where Taunton Town have put City out of the FA Cup by an emphatic 5-2 margin. We were 3-0 down at half-time in, I thought, after the first 10 minutes, which were shabby. It was disjointed from both sides, but then they got that goal, they got on top. I thought we were disarray, other people said we're shambolic. How did you see that first half?
It's difficult really, because as I say, I think we were probably second best all over the park. We didn't. You're probably right in terms of the first 10 minutes. There wasn't a lot in it. I think both teams were feeling each other out, and they then reacted better to some of the situations that arose in that sort of last 30 minutes of the first half. And I felt we were second best all over the park. I didn't think we really got to grips with some of the stuff they were doing. We were poor on set pieces tonight. We didn't react to two set pieces on second balls coming into the box, and we found ourselves 3-0 down. We never really created a chance, and as I say, sometimes in football you have to earn a right to win a game of football, and I don't think we earned the right to win a game of football tonight. And we were poor. And second half, we questioned a few at half time in terms of what we have to do, where we got to get to, and what we have to. And there was a good response. It's just a shame that the two goals we give away in the second half. You used the word shambolic, and both goals were shambolic, because Dean's got to do better with the fourth goal. And then obviously the free kick again, we don't deal with the first ball, we didn't deal with the second ball, and we've let the fella get a shot in the last couple of minutes, and it's made it 5-2. But certainly at 4-1 we've had opportunities to get to 4-2 and 4-3, so disappointing. As I say, first 45 minutes was really horrendous in terms of where we've been all season, and I could only put that on a par probably of the performance at Oxford City. Yeah,
you say chances at 4-1, 4-2, but really the game was lost way before then, wasn't it?
Well, you say that, David. We was lost at Chelmsford at 2-0, and it was lost at Weston-super-Mare at 2-0, and we got something out of it. So I would never say it was lost, because, as I say, we have a forward line that can score goals. We'd actually thrown caution to the wind. We'd gone with Merson, Ralston Gabriel, and David Moyle. So we had thrown caution a little bit to the wind. But as we say, if we don't give the fourth goal away, which was, as I say, was a horrendous goal, we've got back to 4-1, and then, as I say, 4-2, and then David's had a header that's just gone over 4-3, and we've had a couple of little blocks. But again, if that, as I say, we can say for as much as we like, for as long as we like, if we don't defend properly, which we haven't. Have we been good enough on the day? No, we haven't, and we have to accept it. We have to wipe ourselves down again, and we've got to make sure to rebuild and start again on Saturday against Bath, because that's going to be an extremely tough game as well.
I know you and your management team won't have underestimated Taunton. Who do you think we did when we got onto the pitch? Possibly so.
Possibly, I question that the performance on Saturday against Corinthian Casuals and our training session on Monday, in terms of how we've trained. We trained exceptionally well on Monday night, kept the ball for fun, passed it, and did a lot of good stuff. And on Saturday we did exactly the same. And for whatever was said before the game in terms of the opposition, and as I've always said, I'll question myself, but I can look at everybody and think that we've made people aware of their weaknesses, their strengths. We spoke to James Gray at Hendon, we spoke to Mark McGregor at Weston, and we spoke to some other people, which I won't declare names, because they were very good in the reports they've given us. And every report we got was they work extremely hard. They're very good at what they do. They believe that they're a conference side in terms of the personnel they've got. We know some of the players from Bath, we know players from Weston, we know players from Truro. So we know, and we knew what to expect. But I think, and as I say, I'm not one to blame everybody in terms of we have to come in this together. But I think we didn't really start off the game as if it was a conference game. And I go back to the first game against Corinthian Casuals, I go back to even last year, I go back to pre-season when we played Hertford, and we didn't start against a side that was going to be a very tough game here. Their home form here is outstanding. James Gray at Hendon said to me it was one of the best sides he's played for a long time. So we knew. Unfortunately, we haven't applied ourselves from the first whistle. But I'm wrong. We haven't applied ourselves from when they scored the first goal, because we then become very disjointed in what we was doing. We didn't pass the ball well tonight, but we didn't compete. The first thing we have to do in winning a game of football is you have to compete, and we didn't compete tonight. We were second best all over the park, and until probably the half time we got them in. Had a few choice words in terms of what we needed to do. We've got a response, and as I say, but you know, we can't defend like we've done today and concede the goals we've conceded. I think Dean's conceded 5 goals and hasn't had a save to make. So you know, we have to, as I say, it's difficult. We have to wipe ourselves down. You know, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed for the supporters that made the journey today. And as a changing room today, we haven't been good enough, and we have to respond on Saturday against Bath City.
You mentioned the first 3 goals they scored, a couple of them were from set pieces. I mean, after the work you've done to get that right from the start of the season, must be a frustration to see that happening. It
is frustrating because, you know, everyone's got a job to do and we've not done our jobs, and that's the disappointing thing tonight. We haven't done our jobs, and as I say, I think if you look at the first goal, it's from a set piece to the back post, which heads back across the goal, and no one's reacted to the first ball and the second ball, and they've just sort of tapped it home from sort of 6 yards out. The second one, the 8ers broke up our attack, and we got caught in position too many times first half today. They've actually broke it up. I thought they were quicker to the ball, stronger to the ball, and more agile than us, but they've broke it, and he's played it out wide, put a cross in, and he's carried his run on. No one's carried on with the run. Nobody's tried to block him. And then the third goal obviously comes from a short corner where we've not responded to getting people out there, and as I say, it's just people not doing their jobs properly. You know, I know haven't done their jobs, and you know, I'll keep that in house, but you know, they're going to have to improve if they want to be in the side on Saturday, because some people haven't applied themselves properly today. And we found ourselves 3-0 down, and and you're right, but again in the second half we've still not applied ourselves on 1 or 2 occasions, which has led to them scoring a 4th and a 5th. They've even had the one where Tom Bender's fallen over. It could have been 6 or 7 there, but as I say, was chasing the game in the second half, and it was always going to be difficult. But if you give teams 3-goal start, it's always going to be difficult. We've done it. We haven't got away with murder this year in terms, as I said earlier, with Weston and Chelmsford. And sooner or later our luck was going to run out, and it's run out tonight.
Did you consider making personnel changes or formation changes at half time?
Yeah. But I felt, you know, I've also got to look into the fact is that Saturday is only 72 hours away. Was we going to win the game in the second half? Possibly not. As soon as the 4th goal went in, I felt, you know, we probably needed to get Clovis, David Noble and that off the park, because again, it's silly to be wasting them for minutes when we're not going to go and win the game from that side of it. But I felt we kept going. As I say, at 4-2, you know, we had another chance there. It makes it a little bit nervous in the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes if that had gone in, but it didn't. And then, as I say, we give a shambolic 4th goal away and a shambolic 5th goal, as the words David's used. So it is disappointing, but you know, again, if we'd have made personnel changes at half time, it was just for the sake of doing it. We could have changed shape. I didn't really think our shape was poor today. I just don't think we applied ourselves in certain situations. On certain occasions when they had set pieces, I felt they came alive and we went dead, and we used it as a rest period for getting ourselves back onto our feet and going on and driving on. We didn't do that tonight, and as I say, when they got a set piece, we rested and they actually came alive, and I felt they reacted to 3 or 4 of the occasions tonight quicker than what we did.
We saw one flash of brilliance from our side today, Ian. Ralston Gabriel's goal, quite superb, but he's got, what, 12 in 15 games now. Well, you got a player like that, you've always got a chance, but we just had too much to chase in the end.
Yeah, and as I said, I felt we never really got to grips with him in terms of trying to get people up the pitch in the first half. We were hitting too many long balls. Yeah, they defended okay, but some of our quality was poor. We got in 5 or 6 times, David, down the right-hand side in the first half, and we probably played 5 or 6 little 1-2s and failed to put a cross in the box. Well, I've got 2 forwards, or 3 forwards in Sam Merson as well, that have scored nearly 30 goals in total this year already in sort of 12 or 13 games. So we know we've got goals in the side, but if you don't put crosses in or put balls in or give them an opportunity, sooner or later they're going to get a little bit fed up and making runs, and that's what happened in the first half. You see in the second half, obviously Ralston's picked the ball up, cut inside, and as you said, scored a worldie And we know he's got that in him. David Moyes had the header. Sam's come on, picked a couple of balls in terms of heading it down and having shots, but I felt we isolated the front two today. We were way too deep, never really got to grips with them, never got people in touch with them. And they're the little things we have to look at, but as I say, if you defend like we defended tonight, it was... and I'm just not going to blame the back three. I'm not going to, we have to defend from the front, and our midfield never really got to grips with their midfield. I thought they had more energy in midfield. I thought we looked tired. We tried silly little things, and everything really took too long. We was having too many touches on the ball, and I don't know. I mean, it's something we have to look at, and we have to approach the game, every game exactly the same. And as I say, it wasn't Corinthian casual tonight. That's no disrespect to Corinthian casuals, but they gave us a lot of time on the ball on Saturday. They sat back and give it to us. Where Taunton tonight have come at us, pressed us, put us under massive pressure, and we wanted too many touches. And before we knew where we was losing the ball in good areas, and we was under the counter attack all the time. And that led to set pieces, that led to situations where they could go and put the ball in a box, and they reacted better than us on the evening.
A disappointing night, disappointing to lose £15,000 prize money, obviously. But now we turn to the league. Bath City at Clarence Park on Saturday. Of course, we've won our last 4 league games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're disappointed tonight, but we've got to be positive in terms of what we want to do. It was never going to be an easy tie-in coming here, but I felt confident coming down here tonight that we could get a result, and unfortunately, as I say, we haven't been good enough. But now we've got to apply ourselves back in the league. It's going to be tough, and as I said earlier, Bath are playing very, very well. They've obviously got through to the 4th qualifying round of the FA Cup, so we've got to make sure that I'm not sure what's happening the week after. We're meant to play Torquay, that might be off now, so we've got to make sure that we pick up 3 points on Saturday, because it might be a 2-week break before we come back and play again. So we'll have to have a look at all of the fixtures that are there, and as I say, but first and foremost, it's been a disappointing night tonight. We have to get over tonight and make sure we apply ourselves in time for Bath on Saturday.
Right, thanks so much, Ian. So that match is on Saturday at Clarence Park, the 13th of October. It's a non-league day, so get yourself down there, because there's no Premier League football and all that sort of stuff. Kick-off is at 3 p.m. And the word I was looking for earlier was scrappy, not shabby.